Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are on the Sentinel. We have a projectile build for you. It was one of the builds that the developer told me he is in love with, so let's go and show it. There are a lot of projectile skills. He never really specified which skill he loves and which one he would prefer being used, but anyway, the runes we're using are multicast mastery, critical mastery, vulnerable target, skill inclination projectile, and then adrenaline for the cast frequency. So when we see health upgrades, we will be taking them. We haven't played in the Whispering Grove for a very long time, so let's go and play there. Now, because it is a projectile build, we will be running 6 projectile skills, 3 of which are going to be a bit of a thematic one, which we could have done a long time ago, but we chose not to, and those are going to be the ricocheting shot skills. So we are going to be taking obscuring arrow, chromatic bolt, as well as ricocheting shot, and they are actually not going to be our damage dealers. Our damage dealers are going to be storm of arrows, frag shot, and then we grab ourselves sniper shot for that extra single target DPS. So that should put us in a really good spot in terms of damage against bosses. So let's keep going and we'll see where we can go from there. Alright, our Panther is alive, so let's go do it. In the beginning of the game, as long as you are in the corners of the game or in the corners of the map, you are able to run in front of the Panther. So if you do not like him, just make sure you're ahead of him just that little bit and you'll be in a much better spot. So we've already got frag shot and sniper shot. That is fantastic. Last time I did try this just to make sure we could actually beat the mode with it. We didn't have our sniper shot up and running and we still really destroyed the bosses. So we are going to focus on crit and movement speed, and then also crit damage and life for the cast frequency when we get less life. But as you can see, very easy. We are getting all of the skills that we wanted. We did just take Bloodlust, even though it wasn't mentioned, just in case we don't find something like our chromatic bolt, but we are looking for ricocheting arrow now as well. But the only thing about being on the, being on the Panther is you don't see our spin with the storm of arrows, and then we went and we spun around there, so that was pretty ironic that just happened the way it did. There's our Panther. Just walk in front of him and by the time he gets to the middle you have already mounted him again and you don't have to chase after him. So it's about just moving that little bit into in front of his way just to keep it so that he is there the entire time. Next, we do have a lot of juicy projectiles over here, but none of them are the ones that we are looking for. So please just give me what I want. Unfortunately not. We're gonna have to just take something over here. We'll take Frostbolt. It is very, very strong. Grab the damage on Storm of Arrows. There's our ricocheting shot. Perfect. And we just don't have the chromatic bolt. Not really the end of the world there, but it would be nice to get it if we can. If you can't get it, like I said, you can grab your Bloodlust or something else to kind of supplement the skill. But we got 2 of the 3 ricocheting shots and we have all the other skills that we wanted as well, and a Bloodlust, so we're in a very good spot over there. We should probably be able to get it, but until then we are fantastic. And what else is great about this is, as you can see, most of them are going to be the same tags. Obviously Bloodlust not, but the rest of them are all projectile, missile, frontal, and physical. Obscure arrow having that magical in it, but the rest of them are all the same typings. So every single one of those epic and rare upgrades are going to affect every single one of your skills, which is just really, really, really amazing. Okay, unfortunately over there we weren't in the corner when we started the boss fight, so we did get the Panther running in circles, but as you can see, it didn't really matter too much. We were able to pick him up very quickly regardless of that fact. So now we're going to keep going, just kill this guy. We can stand still behind him for a little bit. This isn't Overlord cycles or anything like that, so nothing crazy going to be happening to us if we do stand still. Ooh, egg shooter is actually quite a good one as well. But again, we are looking for that magnetic, I mean, not the magnetic, we are looking for that chromatic bolt, which there it is. Get rid of the bloodlust, grab ourselves hypothermia as well, multicast on projectiles, which is fantastic. And then the one thing that's nice about having chromatic bolt in the mix is we do get all the options of those skills that, you know, go from hypothermia, which is your slow, to fragility and things like that. So if I do go and pick up now the slow to, I mean, the touch of ice, then we've already got the hypothermia waiting for it already, which puts us in a fantastic spot there as well. So let's go grab our Panther. Again, we just got to stay that little bit ahead of him. Luckily, we do have 3 dashes on the Sentinel. And then by the time we get to the middle, we are already back on him and we can run to the corner again. And the reason I went to the bottom right corner here is because there is the event in this map for the bottom left corner. So we didn't go that way. We didn't want to start the event, although it looks like it would be quite an easy event to finish with the Sentinel or this specific build if you have not done it yet. And it actually involves us getting some projectile skills like the Camel's Arrow and the Heart Seeker Orbs that we may have seen through the passives while we were doing this video. So if you did see them and you're like, hey, that looks like a cool skill, you get them from the event on this map. So just do the event, pretty easy one. You just need to get the Cupid, which spawns to kill these towers, these heart towers that spawn on the map. He aims at you and then he shoots, and if he shoots the tower instead of you, it obviously gives you the destroyed tower. And that's how you do it. You need to destroy, I think it was 8 towers in total, and I believe they spawn at the same time the bosses spawn. So I believe it's 2 towers every time the boss spawns, and they will then, obviously you need to just destroy the towers before you kill the bosses so that you don't accidentally finish the run before you do. Alrighty, looking fantastic over here. We have huge amounts of damage, very easy. We are on our passive as well. We are going to get off of it now though, unfortunately, but we can just try and get to the corner as much as possible. I have now unfortunately lost my Panther. I have no idea where he went. Looks like he went down to the bottom here. That's perfect. And we can just, oops, there we go. Just go around the bush. Fantastic. We are back on our Panther. And as you can see, while we were just running around focusing on getting our Panther up and running, we were able to get a lot of damage dealt to the bosses already. So lots of damage coming from the build. We are only on the 3rd set of bosses though, so not looking too great on speed, but definitely very fun to play. And not so difficult because you do have 4 dodges while on the Panther, and you can kind of focus on doing that over everything else. I still haven't found a slow to take, or I have seen one and just gone over it without thinking, but if we could find a slow, that would be fantastic. Not looking for the area of effect on the shadow. That's only applying to 2 of my skills, and we're not really interested in chromatic bolt as much as we are in some of the other skills. So there's that as well. Nearly got hit by a Kamehameha. That would have been really horrible. We do have 2 Prophetess and 2 Fallen Knights. What a terrible combo to be in. And again, as you can see, as soon as you see the Panther, he starts running into the middle. We did actually jump into the Prophetess beam there and died, unfortunately. It is what it is. We can't really take that back and do it over, but it would have been nice if we didn't do it at all. So maybe in the future we can learn that, you know, the red lines on the screen means dodge them instead of going into them. So, there was a touch of ice there that I completely missed again. But I'm sure we can learn that eventually and get better, and it just takes a bit of practice. Probably about 400 or so hours, and then maybe I'll be better. I'm only on about 300 or so right now. Oh man, I crack myself up sometimes. Alright, off the Panther, let's go find him. He's down here. Again, as soon as you find him and you see him or start the passive of getting onto him, he does start moving to the middle. Even if you do land up losing him after that, you will find him in the middle of the map. It just happens like that way. Anyway, crit looking fantastic there. We have 150%, which means that we have a 1.5 times chance of multi-critting. So it's a definite multi-crit at 100%, but 200% makes it so it's a double multi-crit, which is just huge amounts of damage, especially for builds like these projectile ones. So really fun build, really simple, really easy to get all of the skills. It doesn't require any skills that, you know, the Sentinel doesn't have access to, and it's just really about running around and dodging stuff, because you know, the projectiles are kind of safe to use and get you out of the way of trouble. So best skill, sniper shot, definitely, then frag, and then storm of arrows. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.